This story is from the Firearm blog. Google Shopping censors all gun, ammo, and accessories results. Now, this is a case where we as individual consumers have an opportunity to have our voice heard, and it's important to point out that what we're talking about here is a Google policy, not a government policy. But it does go to explain the government policy towards firearms, at least to the extent that the government doesn't want competition, right? Don't steal because the government hates competition. Don't be armed because we want to make sure that despite the fact that when seconds count, the police are just minutes away, that the government has a monopoly on providing for the public safety. So the paradigm towards guns in general needs some work, let's just say. But if it wasn't for government being able to step in and take guns from people, then the very thought of gun control wouldn't be nearly as strong as it is. But what we really have to change is the paradigm, the social attitudes towards freedom, because what ultimately determines how free you are is how the people around you believe that you should be free and decide to respect your rights and not tolerate aggression against you or pay for through their taxes or vote for aggression to be used against you. But this is an email that went to Hamland Tactical from the Google Shopping team. Dear Merchant, we're writing to let you know about some upcoming changes to the product listings you submit to Google. As we recently announced, we are starting to transition our shopping experience to a commercial model that builds on product listing ads. The new shopping experience is called Google Shopping. As part of this transition, we'll begin to enforce a set of new policies for Google Shopping in the coming weeks. A new list of the allowed, restricted, and prohibited products on Google Shopping is available on our new policy page. Based on a review of the products you're currently submitting, it appears that some of the content in your Merchant Center account, Hamlin Tactical, will be affected by these policy changes. In particular, we found that your products may violate the following policies. Weapons. When we make this change, Google will disapprove of all the products identified as being in violation of policies. We ask that you make any necessary changes to your feeds and/or site to comply so that your products can continue to appear on Google Shopping. So Google Shopping is not something that's new, but it sounds like they're making something more of it than what it is now, where you can do a Google search, click on the shopping button, and it displays results from tons of different websites. It's a really great service, and it's very cool that Google is doing this. I think it's great, and we expect, I think, as customers, from Google in particular, a certain amount of objectivity, right? The foundation of Google isn't Gmail or GChat or Google Hangout. It's the Google search. And we expect it to follow an objective algorithm in deciding what it's going to tell us, what results it's going to give us. And there are plenty of problems with that. So I know that people are going to want to comment as to the existing problems with Google. But let's stay focused here on this one in particular for a minute. Is highlighted on our new policy page. In order to comply with the Google Shopping policies, you need to comply first with the AdWords policies. We do not allow the promotion or sale of weapons and any related products such as ammunition or accessory kits on Google Shopping. In order to comply with our new policies, please remove any weapon-related products from your data feed and then resubmit your feed in the Merchant Center. For more information on this policy, please visit yada yada yada. We're constantly reviewing our policies and updating them when necessary to ensure we're offering the best experience possible to our users. We've identified a set of policy principles to govern our policy efforts on Google Shopping in the U.S. These principles are: 1. Google Shopping should provide a positive experience to users. Showing users the right products at the right time can truly enhance a user's experience. When people trust us to deliver them to a destination that's relevant, original, and easy to navigate, this creates a positive online experience to the benefit of both users and merchants. Well, fuck me, but if I can't buy ammo online, that's not as positive of an experience for me. 2, Google Shopping should be safe for all users. User safety is everyone's business, and we can't do business with those who don't agree. Scams, phishing, viruses, and other malicious activities on the internet damage the value of the internet for everyone. Trying to get around policies or game the system is unfair to our users, and we can't allow that. Guns don't kill people. Pictures of ammunition on Google Shopping kill people, and we can't have that unsafe exposure for our users. Okay, maybe that's not what they're talking about, but if they really care about safety, they would care about personal self-defense and wanting people to have whatever they need to defend themselves, right? But that's beyond the shopping experience. 3, Google Shopping should comply with local laws and regulations. because we're not going to stand up to the bullies in government. We're a beneficiary of corporatism. Many products and services are regulated by law, which can vary from country to country. All advertising, as well as the products and services being advertised, must clearly comply with all applicable laws and regulations. For the most part, our policies aren't designed to describe every law in every country. All advertisers bear their own responsibility for understanding the laws applicable to their business. Okay, so if it's the advertisers, those who are using Google Shopping to sell the goods themselves, remember Google Shopping, at least as far as I know, they don't sell anything themselves. It's just an information service. And this is the right position here. This is the correct position, that the people putting up the listings, people selling the products, are the ones that are responsible for making sure that the laws apply. So our policies are often more restrictive than the law because we need to be sure we can offer services that are legal and safe for all users. Oh, wait, what? So now you're contradicting yourself. Now it's not the user's responsibility, it's your responsibility. And just to be safe, you're actually going to help the government out restricting people's freedoms by having policies that are more restrictive. Fuck you, Google. Number 4, Google Shopping should be compatible with Google's brand decisions. Google Shopping must be compatible with company brand decisions. Our company has a strong Google's brand decisions and company brand decisions. Jesus, the redundancy. Our company has a strong culture and values, and we've chosen not to allow ads that promote products and services that are incompatible with these values. Right, so really, Google has now come up with a values-related search for everything on the internet, and if it's not a good, positive value, you can't talk about it? No, bullshit. You can't buy it or sell it? What if it's a book that says something that's contrary to Google's values? They're not going to list that on Google Shopping? In addition, like all companies, Google sometimes make decisions based on technical limitations, resource constraints, or requirements from our business partners. Our policies reflect these realities. But there's one reality that you don't reflect, Google, which is that when seconds count, police are just minutes away. And despite the fact that you can buy anything in the world on Google that you want, you can't buy what you need to protect it. We've given much thought to our stance on this content, as well as the potential effect our policy decision could have on our merchants, and we apologize for any inconvenience this may cause you. Sincerely, the Google Shopping team. Right, so if you're getting mugged and you ran out of ammo for your pistol and you get shot by a mugger or stabbed, yeah, we're sorry about that. We're sorry you couldn't use Google Shopping to protect yourself. Okay, maybe that situation is a bit of an exaggeration here. But the implication is pretty obvious, right? If you want to buy ammo online, you want to do comparison shopping, Google Shopping isn't the place to go anymore. Or if you just want basic weapons for self-defense, that might be contrary to Google's values, because Google wants you to be disarmed and to trust your government. Now, I'd like to say I'm going to, boycott Google, but, I can't do that. Sorry. Gmail, everything else, YouTube even owned by Google at this point. I mean, thanks to corporatism, Google has risen up to be a quasi-government of the internet in and of itself, which is really a scary possibility. But fortunately, we have better means of correcting this than we do with government. Because if it was the government, we'd have to petition or, sign something to get a ballot measure or an initiative going, or we'd have to wait a couple of years and then have an election, and then we'd have to lobby the candidates. If there wasn't a candidate that reflected the will of the people, the market, we'd have to create a new one or recruit a new one. So Google Shopping, you can buy anything you want except what you need to protect it. And I would encourage you to share this graphic, to tweet it to Google, and we'll include some information in the description here about how you can do that, where to get that graphic, and where to send it. But if nothing else, have some fun with this. Take pictures of yourself with guns and say, hey, this one's for you, Google Shopping. And hopefully we can correct this market error and reaffirm our rights to defend ourselves and get past this absurdity of being afraid of weapons when we know that the majority of people who own guns in the United States are peaceful, law-abiding citizens, and none of these policies stop criminals who would actually make your life less safe.